Hey, what's up, Hacksplained followers? Exciting episode airing today. We're going to tackle the expired coupon challenge. And this is going to teach you a lot about the browser developer tools, about how to read JavaScript source code, how to debug it, and in general, how to interact with the debugger tools. And the challenge is a 4-star one asking us to successfully redeem an expired campaign coupon code, and it falls under the improper input validation challenges. And I want to start by showing you where we need a coupon code. I am right now already logged in as hacksplained@gmail.com. If you're not logged in by now, please go ahead, register user first, and log in. Obviously, coupon codes are there. If you buy something, you can redeem it and you get a discount. So let's start by going to OWASP Juice Shop, and I'm going to add the banana juice to my basket. As you guys know, banana juice is my favorite juice. You see a 1 popping up over here, and I'm going to my basket. I'm going to checkout. I do have an address over here. If you don't have an address, just click on new address over here and just fire in any strings. It doesn't really matter. My address is ASDF, and a couple of ASDFs more. I'm going to select that address and continue the checkout process. As I do need my banana juice as fast as possible, I'm going to select 1-day delivery. And I click on continue down below here. So in my payment option, I already see add a coupon, and it tells me that if I do that, I will receive a discount. Let's open it up. Alright, I can put down the coupon code down below here. If we think about the description one more time, it said redeem a coupon code which is outdated. And I want to show you how you could find outdated or sensitive information by using the developer tools. And I'm going to start in the debugger tab. Now, the main JavaScript which is powering this entire application is main-es2015.js. So let's open that file by double-clicking the main.js file, and what we see over here is a minified version of this JavaScript, which is impossible to read. So the first thing we can do is clicking down below here on pretty print source. So let's do that. This takes a couple of seconds, and after that we are having the JS file pretty printed, which makes it way more readable. Alright, so the next thing we can do is to use the search functionality. And as the description said, we should use a token out of a previous and old campaign. I'm going to start to search for the word campaign, which brings me right over here. I already see this campaign's WMS, whatever that means, 2019, 2020. And if we scroll down over here, there are a couple of more. Well, that was a little bit too fast. Anyway, it seems like that the campaign we should use is the one over here which says 2019, because at the time of recording we're having August 2020. So let's start by copying that value and see what that says over here. So this looks like a timestamp, and it says valid on. So it kind of seems like that this coupon would only be valid on this specific day. Let's jump over here, fire in that timestamp, and see what day that is. This day was March 7th, 2019 at 11 p.m. Alright, so let's see what happens if we put in that code. I'm going to select the campaign code over here, copying that, and I will put it down in here as my coupon. before I'm going to click on redeem, I will keep going and skipping through the search in the JS file. So what we see over here is a method which is created, which is called apply coupon. And the code in here could be interesting to us. So let's start by putting down a breakpoint on the first line of the method and see if this is breaking once we click on redeem. So let's do that right now. And we see that actually this is exactly what happened. So right now we're standing at line 13,038. And let's walk through that code one by one. So in the first line, we assign the value of coupon control value to campaign coupon. And I'm just going to use watch expressions over here to get a quick idea what those values are. So I'm going to say this campaign coupon, and after that I will click on the step over or F10 if you prefer to use a hotkey, and I see that this is my actual coupon code that I was putting down in the UI. The next interesting value to me is client date. So I'm going ahead and say this client date, which right now says August 30th, 2020. So this is my current date. All right, let's keep going by clicking on F10. The next value that was assigned is T. Let's quickly check what T is doing. T is minus 3 million something. I don't know. It doesn't really matter right now what T is. Let's keep going by clicking on F10. All right. So now we see that the client date has changed because the current date or T was subtracted from the current date and get time function, as we can see in line 13,042 over here. In the next line, my coupon details were stored in the session storage, but it doesn't really seem that this is important as session storage is not used in the following lines. So let's keep going. In this line, we're seeing a couple of ternary operators, which is the question mark over here. If you guys don't know what ternary operators are, let's quickly go to Google and say JavaScript ternary operator. And we're going to check out MDN's description on what a ternary operator is. And it says that it takes 3 operands. The first one is a condition followed by a question mark, then an expression to execute if the condition is true, followed by a colon, and after that, the expression to execute if the condition is false. So let's get back to our JavaScript source. And what I think is interesting is the condition over here. It says this client date has to be equal to the valid on value of E. So let's check what valid on in E is. I'll create another watch and say E valid on. And currently this is undefined. Let's hit F10 and see if that changes. Alright, so now we're having the value for E and our current client date. So it seems like those two have to match in order to show confirmation E discount. It kind of sounds that we want to get confirmation for our coupon code, and in order to receive that, those two values have to match. And let's start by having a look what eValid on is. If we look closely, we see that this is exactly the timestamp that we were putting down before over here. So this is the timestamp out of the, if I go back, out of the WMS DY 2019 campaign coupon code. And what that means is that we have to match that timestamp on our local machine. And we can do that by manipulating the current time of our host. So let's quickly check one more time what we have to set it to. We see that we need to set it to 7th of March in 2019, 11 p.m. So I'm going ahead and I'm going to say adjust date and time. I do not want to set it automatically. I do want to change it manually. And I was saying July 7th. Let's go to July 7th in 2019. And it was somewhere late at 23 p.m. So I'm going to change that. Close this and go back to my OSG Shop application. I'm going to click on the play button over here, resume F8 to get another run at the coupon code. And let's see if I still have the correct value in my clipboard, and I will click on redeem again. And let's use F10 to skip over all those lines once again. We see that our client date has changed to a different value, and we also see E valid on over here. So right now they are still not matching, and we have to investigate why this is the case. So let's use the value we find in here and throw it into the timestamp converter. I'm going to open up a new tab to make it easier to compare the timestamps. I'll throw it in here, and it seems like we are on July 6th, 2019. Although my host says July 7th, but we actually have to go to March 7th, so I was doing something completely wrong. So let's open up that once again, and let's go to change, and instead of July, I'm going to March, and I will use March 8th, because it seems like due to time zones, there's a little bit of an offset that mismatches. So I'm going ahead and set it to March 8th. Let's go back to OSG Shop. I'll resume this current try, and right now I don't have the campaign code in my clipboard anymore, so I will have to copy it once again. Copy and paste, and I will redeem my code. So let's click F10 to see if the values match. So my current client date right now has changed significantly, and eValid on seems to be equal to my client date. That seems pretty good. So let's click on resume and check if that was successful. And it was. Your discount of 75% will be applied during checkout. Awesome. That sounds pretty cool. So right now we only have to add a debit card, say whatever, card number, give it an expiry year, an expiry month, and click on submit. I have added a card. I will select the card, and down below we do have the continue button. All right, we do see that there was a promotion, which was the code that we used, and we're getting a little bit off. So let's see and pay for that. Thank you for your purchase. Your order will be delivered in 1 day. So let's go back to our scoreboard. And if we look at the expired coupon challenge, we do see that we've successfully solved the challenge. Alright, this was it for today. I hope you learned a little bit about how to use the developer tools in the browser. Like the video, subscribe in the top right corner, and I'll see you guys next time.